All right, if you work in the events industry, you know the feeling. I'm talking about that heart-stopping, stomach-dropping moment when you realize a key supplier has the wrong information. It's pure chaos. So today, we're going to dig into how to move from that crazy, on-the-day mess to a place of calm, strategic coordination. It's all about mastering supplier alignment. So let's start with a scene that's probably way too familiar for a lot of you. It's that feeling, that tension in the air on events day. You've got this beautiful, carefully organized plan, but it feels like it's just one tiny wrong step away from complete and total panic. It is such a frustrating place to be, and let's be honest, it happens way more often than any of us want to admit. So I've got to ask you, does any of that sound familiar? Does it hit a little too close to home? Because, the problems we're about to go through, these aren't just hypotheticals. For so many of us, they are the recurring nightmares of being an event pro. I mean, just think about these for a second. The AV team completely missing that crucial last-minute update for the big presentation. Or how about the caterer working off a guest list that's 2 weeks out of date? The decor team, bless their hearts, setting up the perfect floor plan that you changed 3 days ago. And the absolute worst part? The blame game, the finger-pointing that starts right after. Each one of these is like a tiny crack that can just shatter the whole experience. Okay, but here's what's so important to understand. It is so easy to blame one person, right? The supplier who didn't check their email, or the assistant who forgot to forward that one message. But here's the key takeaway, the big idea. If this stuff keeps happening over and over again, it's not a people problem, it's a systems problem. So let's unpack that. What does that really mean? Well, it means these moments of failure, they aren't just random bolts of lightning or bad luck. Nope. They are the predictable, almost inevitable result of having a flawed system, or maybe no system at all for managing information. And that, right there, is the real root of the issue. And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. On the left, you've got the recipe for disaster. Scattered information. It's everywhere and nowhere all at once, right? It's buried in emails, it's in text messages, it's that quick verbal, yeah, I got it, on the phone. You've got old versions of floor plans just floating around like landmines. But then you look at the right, a single source of truth, one place, one live record. Every change is documented and traceable. It's pretty clear, right? One of these is designed to fail under pressure, and the other is built to succeed. Okay, so if it's a systems problem, the next logical question is, well, how do we build a better system? And here's the good news. This isn't some kind of magic or dark art. Supplier alignment is something you can actually design. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through the 5 foundational pillars that create a really solid system, giving you a clear blueprint to follow. Yep, it all comes down to just 5 core pillars. Think of them like the foundation of a house. When you put them in place, they support your entire event and stop those cracks we talked about from ever even appearing. So here they are. Number 1, centralized information. 2, controlled version management. 3, structured change management. 4 is clear responsibility mapping. And last but not least, number 5 is confirmation and accountability. Okay, so let's break down what each of these actually looks like in the real world. All right, pillar number 1, centralized information. This is all about breaking that habit of relying on downloaded PDFs and email attachments. We've got to kill it. The goal here is to have one single unified live event record, a central hub that everyone, and I mean everyone, from catering to lighting, uses to get the latest info. No more of that dreaded, hey, which version of the timeline are we looking at? Okay, pillar number 2. This one is a direct assault on one of the biggest culprits for mistakes, version confusion. It's so simple, there can only be one current layout, one official timeline, one up-to-date guest list. As soon as a new version is made, the old one has to be archived, completely taken out of circulation. It sounds simple, but it is absolutely critical. Pillar 3 is all about managing change, because, let's face it, changes are going to happen. It's the nature of events. But just sending out a mass email and crossing your fingers, that is not change management. A real system makes sure that changes are visible, they're traceable, and, this is the key part, they require someone to acknowledge them. That way, you know for a fact who's seen the update and who hasn't. Next up, pillar 4, clear responsibility mapping. So much on-site conflict comes from that gray area, that ambiguity over who's supposed to do what. By clearly defining each supplier's scope, literally spelling out where their job begins and where it ends, you get rid of that ambiguity. You're not just preventing arguments, you're building a framework for everyone to actually collaborate. And finally, pillar number 5, which really brings it all home,
confirmation and accountability. This is the final step that locks everything into place. It means that before the event day, your suppliers don't just get the information sent to them. They have to formally confirm that they have received it and they understand it. The timelines, the layouts, their specific scope. It's a simple act, but it's powerful. It transforms "I hope they know" into "I know they know." It turns assumptions into solid accountability.
So, what happens when you actually put these 5 pillars into place? Well, the impact isn't just on the event itself. The biggest impact is on you. Your entire role starts to transform. You shift from being the person who's constantly reacting to problems to the person who prevents them from ever happening in the first place. I mean, this comparison really says it all, doesn't it? Without a system, you're stuck as this reactive middleman. You're constantly answering a million questions, putting out fires left and right, and just operating under a ton of stress. But with a system in place, you become the strategic orchestrator. You're this calm leader watching over a smooth setup because the system is doing all the heavy lifting for you. And your confidence and your team's confidence in you, it just skyrockets. And the results? You can actually feel them. Those frantic, last-minute questions start to fade away. The setup process turns into a well-oiled machine. And those pointless, time-wasting arguments on site, they pretty much just evaporate. Your personal stress level drops, and you can finally focus on the big picture, leading with genuine confidence. And look, this isn't just about making your own life easier, though that's a great perk. This whole shift has a massive professional payoff. Why? Because these invisible systems you build on the back end are exactly what create that highly visible, seamless success on the front end, the success that everybody sees. Let's be real. Your clients and guests are never going to see your color-coded spreadsheet or your version control system. They don't care about that. But what they do see and what they feel is a team of suppliers working together like a symphony. They notice there's no visible tension, they see everything happening on time, and most of all, they notice your calm, confident leadership. And that is the ultimate sign of a true professional. And here's the crucial takeaway for your business. If you want to scale, if you want to grow, take on those bigger weddings, more complex corporate events, those high-end galas, you simply cannot rely on informal communication. It won't work. Trying to handle more complexity without a system just multiplies the chaos. But with these systems in place, that same complexity suddenly becomes manageable. It even becomes exciting. So we'll leave you with this one final thought. I want you to take a really hard, honest look at your own workflow, at how you communicate and manage all this information with your suppliers. And then ask yourself this one question. Are my systems built just to survive chaos, or are they actually designed to create control? Because the answers to that question is going to determine the future of your events and maybe even your entire business.